Having the partnership with the Nancy and David Wolf Holocaust and Humanity Center adds a huge layer of authenticity and depth to this exhibition as it travels around the world. Primarily because we have the ability to connect so deeply with the local stories. And Holocaust and Humanity Center was created by Holocaust survivors, specifically from Auschwitz in many cases. And you will see their stories and hear their voices in this exhibition. So this exhibition, while it is about something that feels like it took place far away and a long time ago, is very close to home because we know the stories of these people who were our neighbors and who we want to continue to tell the world about.
So we have the opportunity in Cincinnati to do something that no other city that has hosted this exhibition has been able to do, which is to deeply infuse the local stories, to really make sure that we are elevating the local relevance and connections to this global history. And that's because this exhibition is being hosted in the building where global history became local history, where thousands of local Holocaust survivors arrived off the trains in this building from war-torn Europe and took those brave, courageous first steps at figuring out what life was going to look like after, this behind them.
So Union Terminal's history is inextricably linked to the history of World War II and the history of the Holocaust survivors coming to our community. To have this exhibition that fully encompasses the history of Auschwitz, the history of the Holocaust in this place makes the global history very local. It helps people appreciate that it's not this thing that's far away and a long time ago, it's something that's still very much connected to our community. It's absolutely authentic that we are able to host this exhibition here inside Union Terminal, to be able to tell you the story of the survivors who took their first steps in our community through this historic landmark. I hope it gives people a greater sense of the history of this building and the connectivity that we all have to these stories.
The suitcase is the actual suitcase that one of our survivors who survived Auschwitz, survived a death march out of Auschwitz, Werner Koppel, he arrived in this building with, as he always said in his testimony, a wife, a baby, and a suitcase. And this is the suitcase that he arrived with to rebuild the rest of his life.
This exhibition is very comprehensive. It starts at the very beginning of this Polish town that it was at the crossroads of commerce and travel for 800 years before it became this notorious death camp. And to be able to understand that range of history and the things that led up to the Holocaust is a very important part of this story. It is also the mirror that reflects back that decisions were made, small decisions were made daily by ordinary people that ultimately led to this horrible experience and this horrible event. So I think the exhibition, because it starts from a place of deep history, gives us an indication that all the decisions we make throughout our lives can lead to important things.
It's one thing to read about this history or to learn about it in school, to read about it on sort of a panel in an experience like this, but it's another thing to have an encounter with an artifact. The proximity shrinks, right? So it's the kind of thing that leaves you not just with additional information and context, but it leaves you with a transformed feeling and with an actual connection that's emotional.
I know it's a difficult topic, but I think you will be uplifted by the stories of resilience of the survivors. It will help you appreciate the humanity that we sometimes take for granted or in our day-to-day lives kind of blow past a little bit too quickly as we're running errands. It will give you a sense of gratitude and make you understand the courage that people have brought to their lives. So it is a worthwhile endeavor while it is here, and I would implore you to think about it as a way to engage family conversations and really appreciate the depth of history.
One of the curators who we were privileged to host in Cincinnati when the exhibit opened shared something that still resonates for me, and that is that the exhibition is an experience, but it's also a mirror. It forces us to actually look at this and say, how in the world could people who lived lives, who had children, who went on vacations, who were part of a contemporary society with advanced degrees and culture, either participate in or stand by this level of atrocity? It forces us to ask those questions about our own behavior, our own response to things today, and how we think about our responsibility not to be perpetrators or bystanders, but to be upstanders. I think this exhibition shows us that, again, the road to atrocity is paved with small choices. The road to great things is also paved with small choices. And so we can think about the opportunities we have every day in our lives to make good choices in support of positive humanity as upstanders. Thinking about what our unique capabilities are, what our unique character strengths are, and how they position us uniquely to be the kinds of upstanders that our world needs today. I think in that way, experiences like this exhibition are inspiring, because it helps us understand that things are not inevitable. We have agency and we have choice. And just like we can choose to dehumanize, we can choose to humanize. Just like we can choose to see something as inevitable, we can choose to understand our own agency and choice. And so we want to lift up the upstanders in our community and recognize them. We do that during Upstander Month in June. And we really lift up these stories of local heroes, everyday heroes who are doing amazing things using their inherent character strengths, just one more thing they can do in their orbit of influence to pursue positive humanity, to live as the best of humanity today. And I'm hoping that this exhibition, this sort of community learning moment, propels people to think about what our own individual responsibility is to positive humanity, and that we are neither inherently good or bad. It's the choices that we make and how we behave that defines that, and that creates the future.